Good morning, everybody. This is my morning delivery for Wednesday. I hope everybody is doing well this morning and you're awake and ready to get after it. I know the weather is not really the best right now. It's quite dreary and rainy where I'm at. But nonetheless, we have some stuff to take care of. So I wanted to hop on here, give a couple of reminders, and go through your assignments that are posted on Seesaw for today. Okay? First and foremost, the Zooming. Sorry, lost my train of thought there for a second. We are going to be Zooming twice a week, maybe more on some weeks, we'll see. But typically Tuesday and Thursday are going to be our Zoom days, and 10 o'clock is kind of going to be that start time. I figure everybody can kind of get up, get moving, and be ready to go. Okay, typically we start our morning meeting at 9:30 when we are in the physical classroom. So I'd like to start, like I said, 10 o'clock. I'm giving you an extra half hour to get settled and your breakfast and all that good stuff. Okay, so look forward to Zoom times being at 10 o'clock. I would also like you to start, on the days that we don't Zoom, start your activities on Seesaw around 10 o'clock. I think that that would be, like I said, that's a substantial time for everybody to get up and moving and hopefully be able to log in. Now, students, once you get into the habit of logging in and you kind of get that, all the assignments on here you should be able to do independently on your own. Now, we work really hard in the classroom on making sure that you try things first before you assume that you can't do it. Because we all know that with failure comes learning. Okay, so if you do it wrong the first time and you submit something to me, I will give you a note and I will say, I want you to try this again. I'm not going to accept it. Okay, you don't just get a grade or get the credit for just, slopping something down. It'd be kind of like in the classroom, it's the same thing. Excuse me. My sticky notes fell, and I need those. You know me and my sticky notes. So my overall theme, I think, for this video is that we can do hard things. Okay, I know that this is hard. I know it's not easy to not have staff right at your beck and call every moment. And your parents aren't always going to be able to be right there right when you need them. So please try things. I'm giving a lot of instruction. I give you these videos, and even on Seesaw, on that app, if you click on the voice instruction, I even try to give you some helpful hints on there and reminders. So you can do hard things. And if you do not do it right the first time, I'm a weirdo. I kind of like that. Because I know from that point of you not knowing how to do it, we're going to work together and we're going to go through some steps and you are going to get it. So don't worry about not knowing what to do and doing it wrong the first time, 3 times, 8 times. It doesn't matter to me as long as eventually you're trying and you learn it. Okay, so hang in there with the difficult stuff, all of this weirdness with having to log on and not being able to see this every day. I know that's a huge bummer in person, but we're doing the best we can. Okay, some of this stuff is difficult for me. I'm having a hard time keeping up with the emails and making sure I get in contact with the people I need to get in contact with, and I have to get these codes and things. It's okay, all right? It's hard, it's difficult, it's not what I love. I love seeing you guys every day, so this is hard for me too. So hang in there. We'll get by, I promise. Okay? All right, as far as your assignments on Seesaw today, you have 3 of them. One of them works with punctuation. We have to add the punctuation that's missing in this little paragraph. Another one is graphing, which we have been doing all year long, so you should be fine with that, but there are a little bit of tweaks that I want to make and some suggestions for you. And then the last one is a double digit by single digit multiplication. Okay? So for the first one, let's talk punctuation. You guys are pretty good with this, okay? What you need practice with is recognizing where things need to go in your sentences and in your paragraphs. So the first one that I have, and yes, I am going to get a whiteboard so that I cannot utilize anything I can find, but sometimes we have to make do. And I'm making do today with this. Okay, so the period. The period is used at the end of the sentence, of course. The period's use is for telling someone something, okay? You're just simply saying, it's raining outside, period, okay? You're not asking a question, you're not super pumped, you're not angry. It's just kind of a easygoing sentence, okay? I am in the 5th grade, period. That would be another example of using a period, okay? So that goes at the end of the sentence as well. The next one we're going to cover is the exclamation mark, okay? This one is showing excitement, okay? I always remember that because exclamation, excitement. They both start with that EX, okay? I can't wait to get back to school. Exclamation mark at the end of the sentence because I'm excited, okay? You're speeding. That's bad. Exclamation mark. You're yelling at someone. You're using a lot of emotion. That's where this comes in, okay? I can't wait till my birthday. Exclamation mark, all right? And when you're reading that sentence and you see this at the end, you know you kind of have to change your voice to show that excitement, okay? So that's something also I want to be practicing when we're doing our reading. You see this at the end of a sentence, you know someone's using some type of emotion more than, I turned 12 yesterday. Unless you're really excited about it and you see this at the end of that sentence, I turned 12 yesterday, you can either say, I turned 12 yesterday, or you could say, I turned 12 yesterday. Big difference, right? The last one, you probably see it creeping down here. That's the question mark. This is if we are asking everybody, question. Are you getting annoyed with my videos? Question mark at the end. Do you wish you could see Franny and Zoe every day? Question mark at the end. Okay, so if you're asking someone a question, did you like the circus? Did you like the circus? Question mark. Okay, so this is a very big review. You guys have been doing this for years. Now it's time to look at a big paragraph and decide what goes where, depending on what the paragraph is saying. Okay, so on your seesaw assignment for today, you're going to have to kind of play with that assignment because you can move the whole paragraph. You can make it a little bigger. At the bottom, you'll see the tools on your assignment, and you have to click on the pencil, right? If you click on the pencil again, you can make the mark that it makes bigger and smaller. Make it kind of big. Don't overdo it, because if it covers the whole word, that's kind of missing the whole point, right? But I would like you to make a little bit bigger so I can make sure I see it. If it looks like a little speck, I'm going to have trouble. You know, I need these glasses, and help me out, okay? I would also like it if you could change the color of these. They don't all have to be different color. They can all be pink, but if it stands out from that black writing, that'll help me know where you're really trying to put that punctuation mark. If I do have a question and I'm not sure where you're trying to put that punctuation mark, I will probably write you a little note in there and send it back to you to fix, okay? It's tricky. I did spend some time on it myself. So like I said, you can do hard things. You can fix your errors, and don't keep trying to do the same thing over and over though and expecting it to be different. Try different things, okay? If you're having a really hard time with that, please email me. We'll talk about it later, okay? That's the punctuation assignment. Oops. The next assignment, let's talk about some multiplication. We have been doing multiplication double digit by single digit in the weeks before we left. Remember that bottom number has to be multiplied by both numbers, okay? You're first going to multiply by the number directly above it, and then you're going to multiply diagonally, okay? I don't know why this 7 is randomly on there. Sorry about that. But let me just go through this with you. Okay, so we said the first one we're going to do is 4 times 3, or 3 times 4. It's the same answer. Okay, so 3 times 4 is, anybody know that? It's not 7. Sorry, we're ignoring that. 3 times 4. Anybody? It's 12. As you know, 12 is a double-digit number. We still have another digit up here we have to multiply by, so we can't fit the 12 right down here, okay? So we have to carry our 1 and put our 2 down here for the answer of 12. 3 times 4 is 12, okay? Sorry about this is the right answer, but listen, let me take this one step at a time, okay? Our next step would be 3 times 2. Anybody know that answer? And no, it's not 7. 3 times 2 is not 7. 3 times 2 is, anybody? 6, okay? 3 times 2 is 6. We can't forget about that one that we carried over from this first part, okay? So 3 times 2 is 6, plus 1 is 7. That's where that 7 came in. So overall, 24 times 3 equals 72. That's your equation, okay? Like I said, we did lots of practicing with this before we left, and you should be getting a multiplication chart. I apologize. It may get there Friday. It's not going to be there today. I apologize for that. I had a little mishap. But if you can look online for a multiplication chart. You can use your brain to figure that out. We've done arrays. We've done lots of grouping activities to figure out multiplication problems. So I suggest, as always, start memorizing those multiplication facts. You don't always have to look these things up. It would be so cool if you're in junior high and even high school and someone says, hey, what's 3 times 4? And you go, you know what? 12. Because I learned that and I memorized it. Now listen, you're not going to memorize all these in one day because you flipped through some multiplication cards because your parents wouldn't let you go outside until you did it. You're not going to memorize them like that. You have to really keep trying and do it over and over and over. And in a couple weeks, if you do this 10 times, for 10 minutes a night, if you practice your multiplication problems, I think that you're really going to start noticing a big difference with what you memorize. And this stuff will be a lot quicker and a lot more simple for you. So memorize those multiplication facts, all right? Just in a quick review, you're multiplying this bottom number by the digit above it and the digit diagonal, okay? If you're in this first one and it's a double digit number, you have to carry, okay? If you're multiplying the second number and it's a double digit, that's okay because you don't have anything else to multiply by, so you just put your answer down here, okay? Let's do another sample, shall we? I'll do it on the back. Let's do 26 times 6. Ooh, tricky. Okay, again, the bottom number, you're going to multiply by the number directly above it for the first step and the number diagonal for the second step, okay? 6 times 6, tricky one. I always memorize this because it kind of rhymes. 6 times 6 is 36. I might be weird, but that's what goes through my head every time I see 6 times 6. Okay, so 6 times 6 is 36. That's a double digit number. We have to carry, okay? We're going to carry that 3, since we have another number here to multiply by, and we're going to put the 6 down here. 6 times 6 is 36, okay? Our next step, 6 times 2. Anybody know that? 6 times 2 is 12. Wow, good job. 6 times 2 is 12. What do we have to do with this 3 that we carried? We have to add it to the 12. So 12 plus 3, 15. Do I have to carry? No, I have nothing else to carry over here. So 6 times 2 is 12, plus 3 is 15. So I just put my number simply at the bottom, okay? The next thing you'll notice is that these digits all line up where they're supposed to, okay? So it looks like that. 26 times 6 is indeed 156. Okay, quick review on that double digit multiplication. Again, issues, try it. Contact me if you're having real trouble. Graphing is your last assignment for today. This is a graph that's pretty similar to the one that's on your seesaw. What I wanted to make note is that on the side, you notice these numbers are going up by how many? Does anybody know? They're going up by 20s, okay? We have 0, 20, 40, 60, and 80. But wait a minute. I know those are the only numbers listed, but there is a dash in between those numbers too. What do you think that goes by? I'm here to tell you it goes by 10. Okay, so we have 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, everybody, 50, 60, 70, 80. Okay, so if we look at this guy, he's not on the 20 and he's not on the 40. Well, he's right in between those. So if we're counting by tens, 20, 30, it's not quite to 40. So if you gave me the answer of 30, that would work. Some people might say, well, this part looks like it's right above the 30, so I'm putting 31. You got it. Correct answer. Good to go. Okay, if you're a couple of digits off, I'm okay with that. Now, if you told me that A was at 61, redo. Okay, it's not even close to being at 60. Okay, so you've got to stay really close to that number. B, looks like he is right about at the 60 mark. Okay, if you said, well, technically I got my ruler out and it looks like he's at 58, I'd be like, you're winning. That's a great answer. Okay, this little guy down here, poor little C, looks like he's only at about 10. Okay, so just wanted to give you a reminder how to read a graph. Again, we've been doing graphing since almost the first day of school, so you should be good to go with that as well. I know that this video was a little long. Thanks for hanging in there with me. You can do hard things, get those assignments handed in, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for our Zoom. You will get that information later today in an email so you know how to log in and what password to use and all that good stuff, okay? All right, see you guys soon.